a story for you. Oh, do tell.
Welcome to Small Town Gen X. I'm Kate.
And I'm Launa.
And I don't know.
We're excited.
We are. We're so excited again. And I noticed that I was like, oh, I didn't say my last name. I think before we usually say our last names. And I was like, oh, that was weird. But
I think everybody knows who we are.
It's okay.
It's all right.
And I don't like people don't need to come up to me like, hi, Kate to Coast.
Yeah.
You know, some people do.
Right.
But we can be on a first name basis.
Right. Or you don't need to know my name at all.
Or
what if I just make up a name?
Like we used to. When we would go to Amigos.
Yep. I don't even remember what my made up name was, but I will remember yours.
You will for the day you die.
Yep.
You're going to be like, you're going to see me.
I probably will have Alzheimer's or something, and I will refer to you as this name probably when I see you, when we're old.
And I don't even know why I picked
I don't
this
either.
name. I think because, it was like the first time we went there and they asked us, like, what name,
yeah.
and it just came out.
I don't know why.
I came out with Rhonda.
I
don't know. And now I know a Rhonda. I dog sit for her all the time.
But back then we didn't know.
I didn't know.
No, and I don't know why you would just... And it was just...
Name.
Not even... I don't even think you thought about it. I think you just said Rhonda.
Yeah.
Because I was like, where the hell did that come from?
Yeah.
And then you laughed and laughed. And then they're like, Rhonda. And we're like, that's you.
Yeah. And then that stuck.
Yeah. And every time we went out and they asked for a name, you said Rhonda.
I did. I should do that still.
You should.
I feel like probably where I would be like Starbucks that they would ask my name. I don't know about anywhere else that they would ask for a name.
Chick-fil-A asks for a name.
Oh.
At least I think.
When you go
sure.
inside?
No, this is the drive-thru.
Oh, okay. And they ask. They
they'll
just
be like order
when you
for,
come to the window. Yeah. Well, that makes sense. I guess
because they have 2 lanes, so they want to make sure who
they're getting the right.
Right.
Yeah. That's true.
Yep.
Yeah, and I guess I do. When I go to Scooters, like I did. They I can do a mobile order,
right?
And so I always say I have a mobile
pickup
order for Kate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be Rhonda, and it's not going to match your.
I know
your app.
I know they're going to be like, we don't have a
Rhonda.
Yeah,
we have a Kate, and that's my middle name.
Oh,
I
sorry,
go by Rhonda.
Sorry, I go by both. I have 2 names, and they're going to be like, she's nuts.
Then they're gonna have your picture up, and they're like, if you
don't
see
serve
this,
her.
Yeah, if you see this lady,
call the cops.
She thinks her name is Rhonda,
but it's really Kate.
Yeah.
She has an alias.
Yeah. I just don't remember what my name was. I don't think it was anything fun like that because I probably just said my name and nobody knows how to say it anyway.
So it was like
why would I have given him mine? Yeah, it's like I should have gave him something easy.
Yeah, you should
I should have given him Kate.
Yep.
Maybe I did. I don't know.
I was thinking about it. I'm like, while you were talking, I'm like, I should have given him like some just like a random, even like a dude name.
I was gonna say yours was pretty random.
Mine was random.
Rhonda
just comes off the tongue.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't either. Well, we have another show and tell.
All right.
Yeah. So we'll dive in to this, and then we got a fun episode coming up.
Yeah.
As well. So this one is from Tim.
Okay.
He was born in 1975.
Okay.
Favorite 80s movie. So he added quite a few.
Okay.
He has the top one. The first one he puts is Weird Science.
Oh my goodness. Okay. We got 2 Weird Science.
Yes. War Games.
Okay.
Top Gun.
Oh, yeah. Very nice.
Yeah. Police Academy.
Oh, God.
I want to be like, it should be like Police Academies.
Yeah.
Because there were
1, 2,
so
3,
many of
4.
those. Yeah. Unless he only really liked the first one.
Yeah, the first one, maybe.
Back to the Future.
Oh, very good.
My Science Project.
I have no idea
I don't know what that one is either.
My science project.
Yeah. I'm like, maybe we'll have to look that one up. Maybe we'll have to watch that.
Yeah.
16 Candles, which is our faves. And then Beetlejuice.
Oh!
Yeah, that's a good one, too.
He liked Beetlejuice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very nice.
So he's got a wide
So War
range.
Games, I have seen that.
Okay.
But it's not my favorite. Matthew Broderick. Yep.
Yeah.
And Ali Sheedy.
Yes.
Yep. And then the other one was...
What other movies?
The
one we didn't know.
Yeah, the one we didn't know.
My Science Project.
Science Project. Okay, yeah. I've never heard of that one.
Yeah.
So.
I'll have to
look it up and see.
And then, so then favorite 80s songs.
Okay.
Brass Monkey.
Lovely. One of my favorites, too. Lovely. I love it.
Welcome to the Jungle.
Okay.
I feel like there's a theme going on here. Straight Outta Compton.
Okay.
1 in a Million.
I don't know.
I don't know that one either. 1 in a Million.
Who sings it?
I'm gonna have to look it up.
Yeah,
because he doesn't put who.
Yeah, right.
Who sings it. And then Wild Side.
Oh,
yes,
Motley Crue. Okay,
Motley Crue. So yeah, we're gonna have to look up 1 in a Million.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
Favorite 90s movies.
Okay.
Jurassic Park.
Okay.
Pulp Fiction.
Oh, not my favorite. Okay.
Yeah, I don't actually think I've seen the actual whole thing.
The whole thing? I think I've seen bits and pieces.
Me too. It wasn't one I went to the movie theater for.
Nope.
I don't think I actually went to the movie theater for Jurassic Park either.
I think I probably
should.
Did. Right, for all the sound and everything.
All of that.
Yep.
What I remember about Jurassic Park, my parents got the DVD, and then my parents at that time had got surround sound. And they had told me, because I feel like I was in college.
Okay.
I feel like when this came out, or at least when they had it on DVD.
Yeah.
But our dog, Herbert, was always scared of thunder and stuff.
Right.
He was scared
of that noise.
Yeah, he got scared of Jurassic Park. When they knew by his, you know how in the movie it's they would hear just that rumble. He would right away start shaking.
Oh,
I know.
Herbert.
I know. He also liked Go, which is another one I've never watched.
Never heard of.
I've heard of it,
okay,
but I never watched it.
Do you know who's in it?
I'll have to look.
Okay.
I can't remember. And then Dazed and Confused.
Oh, that's a good one.
That is a good one. Yeah. Favorite 90s songs. Steal My Sunshine.
Oh! Does he like to sing along in the car to that one?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel that's a funny one for me.
That is.
Yeah.
Good for
what's funny is then the next one is Gin and Juice.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So he has
an
array.
Yeah.
Nothing But a G Thing.
Okay.
Block Rockin' Beats.
Never heard of that one.
And Rockefeller Skank.
Oh.
I don't know if I've ever heard of that one either.
No. Any of those Two Live Crew?
They may be.
Would that
maybe
be a
Rockefeller
favorite?
Skank.
Do you have a favorite of
Two Live Crew?
I don't know.
So we kind of did a little research quickly because we were wondering it, and it's funny because it's definitely not.
No, it's not. Two Live Crew.
No, it's Fatboy Slim. Now I want to hear it.
Yeah,
and be like, I probably would like.
I probably maybe know it. I just don't know the name.
The name of it. Yeah, I just like that we were like, it has skank in it.
I know. It must be something. I probably wouldn't say skank. I'd probably say the C word or something.
Right. That's true. That's true. And then the movie Go.
After you told me the cast, I've never heard of it.
Yeah, Katie Holmes, Shay Moore, Melissa McCarthy, Taye Diggs. Even Scott Wolf is in it. Remember Scott Wolf?
Yes, I do, from Party of Five.
Yeah. So it's quite a nice cast.
Never heard of it.
I'm gonna have to a nice cast. I'm gonna have to maybe look into that one. Yeah. Watch that one.
Is it a comedy?
It looks like it does look like what it kind of looks like is a comedy. Let me see if there's a synopsis. Told from 3 perspectives, a story of a bunch of young Californians trying to get some cash.
Oh.
Do and deal some drugs, score money, and sex in Las Vegas. So maybe it's not a comedy.
No.
Or I guess it could have a little bit.
A little humor to it.
Yeah. It's
Never
not
heard
saying
of it,
if
though.
it does call it an American crime comedy.
Okay.
by John August.
Well, I might have to look into watching that.
Yeah. So going back to his list, favorite 80s TV shows, Knight Rider.
Okay.
The A-Team.
Okay.
The Fall Guy. Dukes of Hazzard. Miami Vice.
Okay.
Transformers. And G.I. Joe.
Oh.
That's totally a guy's list.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
remember watching
any of these.
I watched Knight Rider and Dukes of Hazzard.
I watched Dukes of Hazzard and I watched Knight Rider because my brother watched Knight Rider.
Yeah.
He loved Knight Rider. Favorite 90s TV shows, Friends.
Okay.
Seinfeld,
Oh, yes.
which you love.
Yep.
And
we're watching Seinfeld right now at night.
Oh,
we're watching all the whole
seasons.
Yep.
The whole thing.
Yep.
X-Files.
Oh, I never watched that.
Oh, I love the X-Files.
Did you?
Yeah.
I never
My
watched
dad liked the X-Files too, so I remember that'd be something I'd be like, oh yeah, I'll watch that.
Yeah.
And if that's on, like I'll watch it. Yeah. Friends, I definitely love. That's like my favorite.
I would watch that.
Yeah. And I really don't ever watch Seinfeld, but you love Seinfeld. Yeah. Obviously, her rewatching it.
Right. Me and Chuck both love it. Yeah. We'll sit there and we could watch it all the time.
Right. And that's kind of me with Friends. I feel like I could watch X-Files like a couple. And I'm like, okay, I'm good. Because it's, So Tim's favorite toys as a child were Legos and Transformers.
All right.
Which again, I can see that.
Yeah.
And then his first celebrity crush was Kelly LeBrock.
Oh, Weird Science.
Yes. I can see that.
Do they show her boobies?
I can't remember if they show her boobies.
Because I was going to say that's probably why. But I know they show her in that cut off shirt.
Yes.
So.
Yes. They definitely, if she's not showing boobies, she's definitely like skimpy.
Right.
And she is a pretty.
Yes.
Yeah. I can see that. But that's funny.
Yeah.
That was a while. Like Jen from last week had Fred Savage. So we were young watching that.
Right.
He waited a while.
Right.
And waited until Weird Science to have a crush. Favorite place to go in the 80s and 90s? Pizza Hut with my Book It from... what does it say? From all... form. Pizza Hut with my Book It form all filled out.
Yep.
That's what he said.
Oh, very good.
Yes.
I remember Book It. I loved getting my certificate.
Yes.
Then you had your pin and you got your star sticker.
Yes.
I probably have all of those somewhere.
Yes, and then you can go get your personal pan pizza. I don't even
know.
do they have personal pan pizzas anymore?
They do.
Oh, they do.
And now
I feel like the personal pan pizza's crust was the
best. And I will tell you right now, there is a new thing at Pizza Hut.
Oh.
I just got it. It's at for $6.99 or something like that. And it's a personal pan pizza and like your choice of 4 wings.
Oh.
Or you can get a melt with 4 wings. It's just like a thing. That pizza was so the best.
So good.
It was so good. I had a hamburger and onion on my pizza. And that crust, oh my gosh.
It's the best.
It is.
That little teeny pan.
Yep. But I got it to go. Or I got it, I ordered it for home.
Sure. But they're cooking it in that pan.
They are.
Yeah.
And it was good.
I will
do
that.
Recommend that one.
Okay.
Because,
I usually, if I go, most of the time when I'm going there anymore, it's for like some kind of meeting or something. We'll meet at Pizza Hut. And I usually just get like it's like a small and then like that thin crust. It's like a cracker.
Yeah.
And I always get the pepperoni.
Yes. That's grease on a cracker.
It is.
Yeah.
And they actually have a really good salad bar.
Do they? I haven't been to Pizza Hut to eat in a while.
So they do it for you.
Okay.
They have papers
so you can't
and you fill it out. And then they do it, but it's really good. So I usually will do that and then like a salad and then the grease on a cracker. To balance.
Right.
Balanced diet.
No, if I'm getting a pizza myself, because Chuck doesn't like pepperoni. So I'll get a pepperoni and
pizza.
I get the thin crust.
Okay. Yeah.
But, this $6.99, that's a deal.
That's
I'm like,
big,
for a personal pan and 4 wings.
Yes.
They're the boneless, but.
Sure. Oh, but I like boneless.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't have to work around.
Right. Yep. And that pizza was delicious.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to do that. You know what I can always remember about personal pan pizzas is, do you remember Mrs. Dillo?
Yes.
And she would be like, she could eat. She was so tiny.
She was so thin and yes.
And just like this teeny little person. She would only eat half of a personal pan. She'd be like, I'm full.
Yeah.
I was like, that's not even a one piece.
Yeah.
Like of a regular size.
I only ate a half of.
You did?
And my wings.
Did you eat all of your wings?
I ate all of my wings.
And then you ate two pieces of pizza. And you were like, I'm full.
Yep. And then I ate the rest for lunch. But
nice.
I put it in the oven.
Oh, yeah.
And it made it.
Oh, I bet it was good.
Yep.
Instead of like the microwave.
Right. Yep. But yeah.
Oh, now I want pizza.
Oh, yeah.
I want to go in with my book it form.
And my pin.
And my pin.
To get my sticker.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's good. So then anything else he would like to tell us? He said, keep the hits coming. Well, I have to say, thank you for giving us a Pizza Hut.
Yes, now we're craving it.
I know. We should go have that for lunch. Nice.
Yeah. It's nice to hear what other people's favorites and everything
because
were.
then you kind of remember stuff. And we might not remember
we might not remember some of that stuff.
It's fun. Or there were some things we don't even know. So
right.
We're have to check them out.
Movie. Never heard of
Science Project. Yep. Yeah. And we now know who sang the Skank song.
Yeah. Fat Boy Slim. And
Boy Slim. And
not...
Rockefeller Skank.
Oh, yes, yes.
The Skank song.
Yeah, Skank.
Yeah, not Two Live Crew. Yeah. Well, if you're listening and you would like to be part of Show and Tell and step up to the mic than the class,
or the plate,
yes. It's on our Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
There's a link, and it's also on our Instagram. And you just click that, and you just fill it out. It's just a form. Fill out what you want. All right. So now that we're done with our show and tell portion of the episode, we should get into the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
So what are we going to talk about now, Launa?
We're going to talk about the Brat Pack.
We are going to talk about the Brat Pack. I loved the Brat Pack.
I did too.
And I'm so excited because they're going to have this documentary.
Yes.
And
when does that come out? Do you know the date?
It's coming out June 13th. So yeah, a couple weeks.
Pretty soon, yeah.
Because we are in June now.
We are in June. 1st of June for us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe we'll just make this episode be around that time.
Yeah.
And schedule it around BRATS. That's what it's called.
Yep.
It's not so if you're I feel like if you're looking it up and you put in Brat Pack
documentary,
it's going to
come up.
Yes, but it is June 13th, BRATS, and it premieres on Hulu.
Okay.
So you need Hulu.
You need Hulu.
Yeah. And Andrew McCarthy is the one that is kind of started it. I don't know if he's like the...
Is he like is he going to be our... what do you call it?
Like the storyteller.
Yes.
Because I know he's the one that like went around and met everybody and interviewed everybody.
Yep. Then I bet it will be.
Yeah. It wasn't like they did like a... sometimes they'll do like...
a reunion type thing.
It's not that.
It's not that. He went and visited each person.
Yes. And I'm super excited to see this.
I am too.
I loved it.
When I saw the the ad for it, I was like, woo,
Right.
It's like, remember that.
I mean, there are, certain actors in the 80s that were basically part of the Brat Pack. Yep. I always thought, I don't know why I thought this, that they like named themselves.
Oh,
but
right.
But that's not what happened. Actually, they were named this by New York Magazine.
Okay, so they did an article about them.
Yeah. When they were, I know there's still magazines, but I feel like it's when you like went and got
a magazine,
or
had a
subscription.
Yep, subscription, had it shipped to your house.
Yes. And this article came out when St. Elmo's fire was out, and that was in 1985.
1985. Okay.
Yeah. And so then they named, so it's pretty much everybody that
was in that movie.
Yes. So Lana, do you know all of the the Brat Pack?
Brat Pack. Well, I know a lot of them.
Yeah.
Andrew McCarthy.
Yes.
Demi Moore.
Yes.
Judd Nelson.
Yes.
Emilio Estevez.
Right.
Ali Sheedy.
Right.
Was Rob Lowe. He was in the movie, but was he in
the
He was
in the Brat Pack.
Okay.
Yes, yes. You have two more.
Two more.
We've talked about them.
Okay. Molly Ringwald.
Yes.
And Anthony Michael Hall.
Yes. Very good. Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
You get a prize. You got them all. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like Molly Ringwald and Anthony Michael Hall were not in St. Elmo's Fire, but they had been in all those other movies, and so I think that's why they clumped them into this.
It, yes.
But yeah, I remember. It's like you remember, but you don't.
Right. I remember a lot of the St. That's why I think I remember the St. Elmo's Fire.
Yeah, that's
cast.
what
I. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
There was another girl, but she's not listed, and she wasn't in anything else. I don't think.
Mayor.
Yes.
Winningham.
Okay.
She was actually in one of the when we were doing an episode about after school specials. Yeah. She was in the one that Val Kilmer was in.
Oh.
She played like a sister or something like that. But yeah, she's been in quite a few things, and I think she's actually married to the Anthony Edwards.
Okay.
I believe that they're married.
Okay.
So yeah, she's done something. I think it hasn't come out yet, called Rob Peace.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. She was in. I don't know if you ever watched it. It was a mini series called Dope Sick.
Nope.
And it was about like taking, prescription drugs. She was in there was a movie that was on HBO called The Outsider. She was in that. And that was just in 2020.
Okay.
So yeah, she's still like doing, she was in American Horror Story.
Oh.
Yeah. So she's still, she's still
Now,
active.
is she married to Anthony Edwards? Does
Let's
it say?
Double check. Because I feel like they were, but let's see. Yes, they married in 2021.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She was married prior, and she has 5 children.
Okay.
And yeah, she married Anthony Edwards, which is interesting because I wonder if they've known each other for years and years.
Right.
Because they would have kind of been in that same
generation type.
of stuff. I wonder if they were ever in something together and like knew each other, but just never.
Obviously, they probably were both married.
Right. Maybe with timing and all of that. So yeah. And I feel like she was the only one in that movie that had a bigger role that was not in the Brat Pack.
Right.
Yeah. I wonder, I don't know why.
Yeah.
But so they kind of like made the Brat Pack. It was kind of a spin off of the Rat Pack. And
you keep saying Rat Pack.
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to quiz you again.
Okay. Now this
might be harder for you. Because this would be hard for me. Who is in the Rat Pack?
Okay. Sammy Davis Jr.
Yes.
Frank Sinatra.
Yes.
That's all I know.
Dean Martin.
Okay.
Peter Lawford.
Okay.
And Joey Bishop.
Okay.
Now, what's funny about this, they also have Angie Dickinson as well. I don't remember there having Angie Dickinson, but when I just type this in, it has members in their photo, and it says she's a member.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
I did not know that.
But I
either.
only knew 2 anyway, so.
Right. And I guess I never knew there was a woman.
No, I didn't know there was either. I thought they were all men.
I did too.
I think every picture I've seen of them,
it's always
been those men.
Yeah. So I don't know if they do.
And I can picture them all.
Right.
But
Well, and I'm just reading too. They say that there was a smaller group. It was like it was 4.
Okay.
And it was Frank, Dean, Sammy, Peter, and Joey.
Okay.
So then they would have
that
added
Joey. I don't know either. I don't know what he even
Joey
looks like.
Bishop. Yeah, I don't know him either. And I'm looking at his picture, but I don't. I remember Peter Lawford.
Mm-hmm. He was a tall guy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I don't know if then maybe later Peter and Angie became part of it, or maybe this isn't. They're like, well, this would be the rat, you know, where maybe it is just those originals of. Because this picture that I'm seeing, let's see if I can pull it up and show it to you. It's definitely something that I've seen before, and it's like. It's hard to, it's kind of small, but it's like they're in front of like a Vegas sign. I feel like I've seen that before, and that would have been the originals.
Yes, I remember that picture.
Yeah. That's why I don't remember a woman.
Right.
Well, and in that photo, though, it has 5. So I don't know. This one does have.
That it has all 5 of them?
Yeah. It has 5 without
Joey.
Angie.
Oh, Angie. Okay.
Yeah.
I knew she was in there, but
yeah,
was
it
there
has Joey.
Okay.
Yeah, it has on the, so they're in front of that sign, and it says Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., Peter Lawford, and Joey Bishop.
Okay.
So maybe she came in later or something. I don't know.
I don't either.
Or maybe she just really wanted to be a member.
Yeah.
She's like, put me in your group.
She said, put me in
guys.
your group. I'm a woman.
Yeah, I'm a woman.
A woman.
A woman. I don't know why when I say that, why I say mon.
Mon.
Mon. So with the, going back to the Brat Pack, what would you say is your favorite movie with the Brat Pack? Or a version of the Brat Pack, I guess. I mean, I feel like I know you and I, it's the 16 Candles. But I feel like, yeah, they're the Brat Pack, but they're not, it's not a...
Right. Well, I like St. Elmo's Fire. That's what I consider the Brat Pack.
I do too.
You know, because, I don't know, it's just the majority of them are in that movie.
Yes.
And
that's why I'm wondering if they just kind of threw in Molly and Anthony because...
Right. Because they had been in other movies.
Yes.
With the
cast.
Right. Because Judd Nelson, he was Breakfast Club.
Yes.
Andrew McCarthy was Pretty in Pink.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Emilio Estevez, Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
So Ali Sheedy. Was she? Yeah,
Breakfast Club.
But was she a Brat Pack? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, yep.
Yeah.
Breakfast Club.
Yeah. Because I feel like the only ones that were not intertwined type thing would have been like, I don't feel like Demi Moore or Rob Lowe.
Nope. It's almost like they came into
with
the
St. Elmo's Fire.
St. Elmo's Fire.
Yeah. Yeah. I do like that movie. Now I'm kind of like, okay, I want to watch it. It's good.
It is good.
And I love, I showed you this when we were going to start, but I love the New York magazine's cover.
The cover, yes.
So it says Hollywood's Brat Pack, and then it's Rob Lowe and Judd Nelson and Emilio Estevez, and it's definitely taken from
the movie.
They're in that restaurant. Well, the restaurant, St. Elmo's Fire, that Emilio Estevez worked at. Because the rest of them didn't. They all did different things. Right. And Judd Nelson was like, always was paying for things.
Yes.
Helping out Rob Lowe's character. I felt like Rob Lowe was a hot mess in that movie.
He was a hot mess.
Character. But he was like the only one that could get through to Demi Moore's character at the end when she was having a crisis. And she was like not telling them what was really going on in her life and stuff. And he was the one that she let in. Yeah.
Judd Nelson, that one was, I thought he was hot in that movie. Not so much a Breakfast Club.
You didn't think he was hot in
not
Breakfast
really,
Club?
not really. But then in this movie, I was like, oh,
yeah,
you're pretty hot.
He cleaned up.
He did.
He cleaned up nice. It was interesting how when you looked at him, well, and Ali Sheedy's, but when you look at their characters, like,
and weren't they dating in St. Elmo's Fire? Aren't they together?
Is it Ali? Yes, couple? It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yep.
Yes. They were like living together.
Yep.
But she didn't want to get married.
Right.
And then they had a little falling out because, he was being naughty.
Yep.
And he worked for
he was like
a congressman or something.
Yes. Yeah. Very different from.
Yeah. Yeah, he had his shit together in that movie.
Right.
Compared to Breakfast Club. Yeah. He was wearing suits.
Yeah. Maybe that's.
Maybe that what you liked.
I don't know.
And he had his hair, it was shorter.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that was such a good movie.
It is.
And I love because it has a storyline, but it's really just about these friends that have been friends since college. And then they're out in the world and it's like, who is doing what? Like help.
And they always went to that bar.
Yes.
Or that restaurant.
Yes.
And so they would meet up. What was it?
I don't know if it was just
was it a week? Once a week or something?
It had to at least been once a week. If it was like, and in the bar, it was always like packed.
Right.
So I feel like it had to have been like a Friday or whatever.
Right.
But they also it was their college bar.
Right. Yep.
And so they were always like still partying with like college kids.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then it's not that they weren't that much older.
No. But
I do remember when they walk by it like at the end and they see
all
other
those kids
at their table because they always had the same table.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was Emilio Estevez still working there at the end, or was he done working there? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
'Cause I feel like they all kind of like moved on.
Right.
And I can't remember if he got a different job.
Got a different job? I don't remember.
I don't either.
But I think they were all walking at the end.
They were.
I mean,
and they
so he
stopped
wasn't
and looked out the window.
He wasn't working at that time anyway.
Right.
There.
Right.
But
and so then he and Andrew McCarthy lived together.
Yes.
And do we remember Andrew McCarthy? No, it was Emilio Estevez. His character had like a big crush on that Andy. Her real name was Andy. She had that long curly hair.
Yes.
McDowell.
Yes, Andy McDowell.
McDowell.
Yep.
And he drove that little teeny car all the way out to like see her.
Yep.
And she was like, I don't even know basically who he was.
Right.
And then she's with her boyfriend and oh my gosh.
Yes.
That was
Yeah.
And who was it? So Andrew McCarthy and one of the characters, Ali Sheedy.
Was it Ali Sheedy?
Because they find out that Judd Nelson's having some kind of had women fling, and then I think she went and Andrew McCarthy's character always loved her.
Yes.
And then they made a mistake and had relations, and she was like, okay, I shouldn't have done this type thing. And he thought they were going to like be together. And then, cause remember, she's all like, I need to take a break.
Yep.
I need to be by myself.
Yep.
So neither one of them.
No.
Yeah. We're going to have her.
Right.
Yeah.
And wasn't Billy, that was Rob Lowe.
Yes. And he was married.
He was married
to
and
someone
had a kid,
else.
Didn't he?
Yes.
And what I can't think of her name in the movie, but that Mayor
Winningham.
Yes,
I can't remember what her name was either.
And he or she had a thing for him, right?
Yes. And she always like got him out of trouble. And,
yep. Yep. But he didn't feel the same way for her.
Right. And I think then they actually, did it.
I think so.
Yes. Because what I remember is I think prior to them doing it, like they kind of like started to fool around and he was like, touching her obviously and he feels her like, well, back then it probably was called like a girdle.
Oh, yeah.
And he snaps it. I'll never forget that because I think that actually like scarred me.
Really?
Yeah, to be like, oh shit. Like, if you think you're gonna do something like that, you better take all the skims and off. Spanks. Yeah, I'll never forget that. And I remember her like pushing his, and like she was kind of upset about it. And he was like, oh, I'm,
Yeah.
And then, but I do believe at that same time, that same evening, they still
did it.
I feel like they did. Maybe not. Maybe it was a different time. I know that they do.
Yeah.
And then she's like, she knew it wasn't gonna
last or be anything.
Yeah.
But why I remember Billy, I don't know why.
that name.
I don't know why I remember his.
Well, and I remember Demi Moore's name was Jules.
Yep, Jules. Now that you say that, yes. Jules.
And I think it's because I remember them saying, like, she's locked herself into the apartment in the room, and they're all like out the window. They're trying to, and they're like, Jules. And I remember them banging on the door, Jules, let us in. Yeah. Okay, this does not ring a bell to me at all, but Andrew McCarthy's name was Kevin.
Oh.
Do you remember that?
I don't.
And they obviously said it.
Well, of course they did. Kevin.
Jules. And then Judd Nelson was Alec.
Yes. I remember that now, Alec.
Yes. Yep. And Ali Sheedy was Leslie.
Leslie? Oh, I don't remember
remember that either.
I remember her saying Alec though.
And the way she would say
it.
And Mare was Wendy.
Oh, okay. I think I do remember that.
Yeah. And Andy McDowell was Dale. So, you know what's kind of interesting when I'm like looking at this cast? Everyone has a last name. Okay. Except Demi Moore. It's just Jules. They list everybody else with the last name, which I don't even know if we ever.
I don't know if we
know that. Yeah. That they have a last name.
Well, maybe Alec, because wasn't he running for something? Did he have signs or maybe
something?
Not? I don't know.
I don't know. Or because he was Alec Newberry.
Okay. Yeah, that doesn't sound familiar. Yeah. Like the last name.
Maybe they said, I don't really remember, but it could have been because he was like a politician. So you would say like maybe he's greeting people. Yeah. So I can't wait for this movie.
Oh, I can't either.
I'm like, is it June 13th yet? Because I'm ready.
I am too.
Did I ever tell you that I saw Andrew McCarthy on the streets of New York?
No.
And I literally was like, I didn't say anything.
You didn't say anything to him?
He was on the phone, like on his cell phone, and it was like I turned a corner. I was walking. Yeah. And I turned the corner and he was like right there. And I was like, as I just kept going, I was like, holy crap, that was Andrew McCarthy. Yeah. But that was my run in
with the Brat Pack.
Yeah, with the Brat. Yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
I know. And I wish I was like bold enough
to ask to have a
But he was on the phone. That would be rude.
I was going to say, nobody really, when you were walking, nobody recognized him or said anything that you know of?
No. Because I also saw Mr. Big from Sex and the City. Yes. And I was with somebody, and I can't remember who I was walking with. Maybe it was my friend Christina, like was in town or something like that. Because I remember, like, I didn't say anything to him either. But it was it was that other thing where you're walking. And I was like, holy shit, that was Mr.
And
Big.
he was just walking.
I think in New York it's just different, unless you're like in like Times Square. Times Square, you're gonna be on those shows and stuff like that. And I'm sure people. I do remember I was on the subway with oh gosh, what is her name? She was on she's married to Kevin Bacon.
Oh, Kara Sedgwick?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. She was on that show, The Closer, at the time, and she was just riding the subway.
Really?
And she was like with another person, like another lady, and I didn't say anything. Like I looked her, and this was back where you didn't have phones that you could take pictures.
Take a picture, yeah.
And I do remember when she was getting off of the subway and somebody said, I like your show. And she turned back and she said, thank you, and kept going. But nobody went up to her
or anything.
Yeah. I also was on the subway. Now that I say it, it's like funny.
Jesus, now you know everybody.
I know, but I never talked to him. I did see her husband in Times Square.
You did see Kevin Bacon.
And I did try to like follow him. Yeah. He walks fast.
No,
yeah.
He's like, Jesus. This
lady you're in Times Square, so there's like a gazillion people. So I did not get any type of thing. But Maury Pulvitt and his wife,
Connie Chung
were on. I saw them on the subway, and people were talking.
Both of them?
They were on the subway together.
Yeah.
And people were talking to him and stuff, just saying hello and, nothing.
Right.
Again, it was still you didn't do selfies at that time or whatever. And it wasn't in an area, like, I don't know if they lived around, like, got off somewhere to go to their house or what. But, yeah. it's interesting because I was just saying this.
You could probably ride I was going to say the school bus. Oh my gosh. The subway all day.
Yes.
And maybe run into somebody.
Or you could do it and not see anybody.
Right.
It's so crazy. Like New York is weird that way. I was just telling Tim because we were watching this another documentary that called The Jinx on Max.
Yeah.
And it's about Robert Durst.
Okay.
Who is like his family has a lot of money.
Right.
This documentary is because he like allegedly, or I think they pretty much know, he killed like his first wife and like some random man and his like best friend throughout these years.
Yeah.
So they've like have this documentary. It was like a 2-season documentary. But we were talking about it, how this one, and then he has another wife and they've been married until he passed.
Okay.
But they weren't like traditional married. It's like she had a boyfriend. I think it was just a legal thing. Right. Like she can't testify against me. She can help me with my affairs, like my money and all of that. Because he was like somewhere like I don't know if it was, I can't remember what state it was, somewhere down south, and that's where he killed this like neighbor guy. And he was like hiding out basically in this area. Okay. And Tim was like, I mean, couldn't you just like hide in New York somewhere? There's like so many people. And I was like, actually you can't. Because when I lived there, I would run into people that I knew it would be so weird. Like either someone would come onto the subway or you're walking down the street and you run into somebody that you knew. And one of the people we went to high school with, and I probably told you this when it happened.
Okay.
I had not seen him since high school. I'm getting on the subway. Like I'm waiting, like the train comes. Okay. You always like, you go to the doors, but you kind of stand to the side because people are going to get off. And then I went to the side and then I'm looking across at the person that's on the other side waiting to get on. And it was a classmate of ours, Dan Brown.
Oh, I think I do remember now.
And it was like, holy shit, because we both almost didn't even get on the damn subway because we were like in shock.
Yeah. I was going to say, was he visiting?
He was visiting the city. It's because it's just so crazy that this would happen. He was visiting. He was at a bachelor party. He lived in Boston at the time. I have no idea where he lives now, but he was living in Boston at the time. He was there for a bachelor party and he was like going back to wherever he was staying, like he was staying with a friend or whatever. So I know that he was only for a few stops with me. So we didn't have a very long conversation. Chat. Yeah. But how nuts that we would be on the same subway stop at the same exact time, getting on the same train and in the same car or door. Yeah. Like it was just nuts. That's why I'm like, holy shit.
How long ago, like after we graduated?
So I lived in New York from 2005 to 2008. So I don't remember what year it was, but it was within those. Yeah. So at least 10 years. Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, I don't think I'd ever seen him before that or since.
No.
It's just kind of crazy how that
crazy
can happen in this big
world we live in.
Yeah. So so it's kind of fun. Like I forget though when I lived there how many people I did. I mean, there were a lot of times I served people coffee when I worked at Starbucks, but that was because the areas I worked at. Right. But just randomly being on a subway and being like, whoa, there's Maury Povich. Yeah. I am the father.
You are. The test came back and you are 100% the father.
We could have an episode about Maury Povich or even like Jerry Springer. Because I did that show.
Yeah, I know.
Or I didn't do it. I wasn't a guest.
I was going to say you were not on it.
No.
You were just in the audience.
Yeah. I feel like that's the shit I live for. I freaking love stuff like that.
I love Jerry Springer.
Oh my gosh.
I like Maury Povich too.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I think it's just because it's such a shit show.
Oh, I know. It's like, thank God my life isn't like that.
I know. I'm like, well, when I'm feeling down about my life, at least I'm not
Jerry Springer.
Yeah, at least nobody wants me to be on Jerry Springer. You be a good candidate for your story. God. Would be good to be on Jerry Springer.
Yeah, that's what I always thought too. I'm like, at least I'm not on Jerry Springer.
I remember like taping Jerry Springer.
Oh yes, and I can remember. Well, he's dead now.
That's right.
But
he did pass away.
He did have, I mean, he had shows up till
he was,
because I can remember this was before COVID.
Yeah.
So it'd be like if I took the day off and I didn't have anything to do or whatever.
Right.
And I was at home just watching TV. I would always watch that.
Yes.
I would always watch him. 11 o'clock.
Yes.
He came on. Yep.
Yep. You know what I always remember about that show is he had like a lot of makeup on.
Oh.
And even on his hands.
Really?
I'll never forget that, where I was like, because we did a photo, because I was there for like a Doan thing in the summer, and we were able to do a group photo with him. And I just remember. And I get it, when you're on TV, you need to like have makeup. But I also remember I was like, it's on his hands.
Did he show his hands a lot?
I mean, I know. I'm like, I wonder.
I suppose with his microphone, and zoomed in.
Yeah.
What do you?
I mean, like, what do you need that on your hands for?
Age spots,
maybe.
I don't know.
Or maybe you want to be the same color as his face.
Oh, Jerry.
I know. So I feel like, we were going back to the Brat Pack. People need to let us know what's their favorite Brat Pack movie. I can always put that in our little poll and question. You can fill those out, which is kind of fun when people do actually fill it out, and we can post it. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thanks for listening.
We'll talk to you soon.